Deladon again.
We had a great year last year, won a lot of games.
CAA Hoops Weekly here at the Richmond Coliseum for semifinal Sunday of the CAA Men's Basketball Championship presented by Janet King. I'm Bobby Broyles along with Rob Washburn. Rob, we had a little bit of history today. The semifinals nationally broadcasted on the NBC Sports Network, and the fans that tuned in today that weren't at the Coliseum were in for a treat.
Yeah, we talked about how exciting the games were in the quarterfinals. Well, today's were even better. Both games decided in the final 4 seconds. We've played 5 games now in the CAA Championship. They've been decided by a total of 19 points.
Well, let's get right to it. We're going to start with the first game this afternoon, as it was a top seed and regular season champions, the Northeastern Huskies. The first time we got to see them in this tournament, taking on the 4th-seeded George Mason Patriots.
Yeah, we talked about after last night's action that whether Northeastern would come out a little bit jittery. They didn't get to play in the quarterfinals. This was their first time out on the floor, and it appeared so early. George Mason took control, jumped out to a 28-4 lead in this game. We're up 31-7, but Northeastern battled back, got their feet under them a little bit, got the deficit down to 12 points at halftime, eventually had a 21-0 run and got it tied at 33-all. It stayed close throughout most of the second half, but a Marko Gujanicic's three-point play puts Mason up 67-61 with 2:54 to play, but Northeastern scores the final points, 8 points of the game, and wins it on Jonathan Lee's layup with 3 seconds left to take a 69-67 victory. They're saying it was the biggest comeback in Northeastern history over 93 years of basketball. Jonathan Lee and Joel Smith with 14 points apiece, and a big lift off the bench from Demetrius Pollard with 13 points. For George Mason, Brian Allen with a career-high 20 points.
So the Northeastern Huskies advance to the CAA Championship game Monday night, and who they will face, it will be the JMU Dukes as they knock off Delaware.
Yeah, when James Madison and Delaware met in Newark near the end of the regular season, JMU wins on a inbounds play with 1 second to go. This one went down to the wire as well. The game stayed close throughout. It was tied 51-51 when Delaware scores 6 straight points. It goes up 57-51 on a Carl Baptiste bucket with 2:54 to go. But the Dukes rally back. They get a three-pointer from Andre Nation, a couple of free throws from A.J. Davis, and then after a Delaware turnover in the final seconds, Devon Moore is able to drive to the basket and is fouled. He hits both free throws with 3.7 seconds left. Delaware has one more shot as Devon Sadler is able to drive and gets about a 30-footer at the buzzer, but it's offline, and James Madison picks up a 58-57 win. A.J. Davis with 16 points and Devon Moore with 14 for the Dukes. Jamel Higgins with a double-double, 12 points and 12 rebounds for the Blue Hens. James Madison advances to the CAA Championship game for the first time since 1997.
So it will be the JMU Dukes taking on the Northeastern Huskies tomorrow night here at the Richmond Coliseum for a ticket to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, the two teams met only one time this season. It was back on February the 20th, and Northeastern pulls out a 66-64 win in Boston. Freshman David Walker with a baseline jumper with 3 seconds to go was the difference in that game. And if it follows suit to the way this whole championship has gone, we'll get another close game tomorrow night. James Madison hasn't been to the NCAA tournament since 1994. Northeastern hasn't been to the NCAA tournament since 1991. Tomorrow night, one of them will be cutting down the nets and headed to the big dance.
So it will be the JMU Dukes taking on the Northeastern Huskies here tomorrow night at the Richmond Coliseum. Tip-off time 7 o'clock on the NBC Sports Network. Fans, we're going to remind you, those fans that are coming to the game or coming to Richmond, that tickets will be $10 for upper-level seating at the door, and the first 2,500 fans will get a free CAA t-shirt. So come on out to the Richmond Coliseum, watch JMU Dukes take on Northeastern Huskies. Also, there will be live post-game coverage, post-game press conferences on CAA.TV at the conclusion of tomorrow night's game. So, Rob, Northeastern, JMU, tomorrow night, cutting down the nets. Cannot wait.
Yeah, it's been an exciting tournament. Should be an exciting championship game tomorrow night.
Stick with CAAsports.com for continuing coverage of the CAA Men's Basketball Championship.